Hey YouTube fragrance family, welcome to my inaugural fragrance family top 10 video idea. So first and foremost, if you like this kind of video, I want you guys to comment and press the like button on this video. I want to see that you guys do want to see these kind of videos. This idea came to me when I shot my DHI reformulation video. If you haven't checked out that review, go check it out. I have the whole Christian Dior fragrance family in front of me, my whole collection. And while I have the whole collection out, I decided, you know what, I'm going to do an extra bonus video on YouTube. I went on my Facebook group, FGN, Fragrance Guru Nation. Go check it out if you're not a part of FGN. And I let everybody on FGN pick what kind of video for the whole family that they wanted. Either my old series, Good, the Bad, and the Ugly on Christian Dior, since I haven't done one yet, or a new idea, my top 10 personal favorites from the brand. FGN has spoken, so they are going to get this list. So this is for everybody on FGN. Thank you very much for voting, guys. I'm much appreciated on this end. So I'm going to give you guys what you want. So this is the kind of video that I hope that the YouTube fragrance community embraces. You guys let me know again in the comments below if you want to see something like this. This is my whole collection of Dior, as you see in front of me here, beside me here. This is 22 bottles, so a top 10 list. More than half of the bottles are not going to make the list, so we're going to have a little bit of some sad faces on YouTube. If I don't pick your favorite, don't worry about it. This is actually, this list is more of my personal taste. So this is not my top 10 Diors of all time. No, this is what my mood is right now, currently this year. What am I reaching out for? What do I like? I even have the new Sauvage. We'll see if that makes the list. We got some classics here. Eau Sauvage, of course, Fahrenheit. That doesn't matter. I don't care about the history of the fragrance. I don't care how popular they are on YouTube. This is what I reach out for. So if your taste is like mine and you kind of want to check out the House of Christian Dior and you like some in my collection, I'm going to run down my favorites currently at this time. So this is a personal list. This is not, as far as quality goes, things like that. Don't think about that. This is not an all-time Christian Dior list. I might do that later on my channel, but right now it's more personal. So the House of Christian Dior is one of the top tier fragrance houses in the world. Christian Dior has consistently released excellent scents in the men's world, including the Elder Statement and, of course, Eau Sauvage that we have right here, to the highly criticized new release Sauvage right here. So really, I love the Fahrenheit, the whole family of Fahrenheit. I love my Dior family here and everything in between. The Prive line back here. Really, Christian Dior, I'll be quite honest. If I had to say, you know, some of the best collections in the designer game, and I'm talking about like Dior, that's a collection. Fahrenheit's a collection. Eau Sauvage, all its flankers, things like that. If it went head to head against all the other designer releases, I believe they probably have two of the top 5 here with the Dior line. I love them. And the Fahrenheit brand. I think those would be the best collection. That's another video by itself. So before anybody hangs me for not having, let's say, the classic Eau Sauvage or classic Fahrenheit, my top 10, this list is not a best of all time like I mentioned earlier. This is my current lineup. If I had to pick or recommend to you guys my favorites currently that I absolutely love, this was extremely hard for me to choose because you're going to see, this is going to be a fun video for me. I'm smiling from ear to ear that I thought about this and I'm like, this is going to be a really good video. I hope you guys like it as much as I did compiling this list. But there's some great fragrances that are out of the list, some really underrated ones too, but they can't all make it. So let's get to the list. Let's start with number 10. Now, number 10, where are you? There you are. This is Eau Sauvage Parfum. Now, Eau Sauvage Parfum, this one was love at first sniff. Unlike the classic Eau Sauvage, where I felt personally a little young to appreciate back when I first purchased it. Parfum is the perfect balance of the original freshness in a darker, modern take to the scent. This one is almost signature scent worthy in my eyes, and by far the best of the Eau Sauvage lineup for my personal taste. Now at number 9, we're going to go in the Dior section of the Dior lineup. we're going to go with Dior Sport. Where are you, Sport? There you are, right in front of me. Dior Sport. Now this is the vintage version with the beautiful ginger note. The Dior line, even though launched during my fragrance journey, and I was lucky enough to purchase the original formulations of all these juices, they already have a classic feel to them. They're probably the best lineup in the modern men fragrance game. I would be hard pressed to find another line, perhaps the Allure line from Chanel, that can consistently release excellent scents. This one, even though named Sport, is a very high-end fragrance and could be worn casually or even dressed up. One of the best sports-based fragrances in the game. Now number 8, we got one of those underrated Fahrenheit flankers. Which one is it going to be? Let's see if I can find you. Where are you? There it is. At number 8, one of my favorites, probably my favorite flanker of Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit Absolute. This one was sadly axed by Christian Dior, replaced by Fahrenheit PEPFAR. Still a great release, but not on the same edge of Absolute. PEPFAR, most notably, did not make this list on my list. This one is, Absolute is by far my favorite post-year 2000 Fahrenheit release. This is what I wanted from a Fahrenheit release, and sadly has been axed from the lineup. The darkness in the scent is outstanding, and the blend of the original with the new notes is absolutely flawless. If you get a chance, go check out my full-fledged review on Fahrenheit Absolute on my channel. Get a bottle until it's too late, and these bottles are going to be $200–300 on eBay. Now number 7, we're going to go in the Prive line. Let me see if I can find it. There it is. Bois d'Argent. Now this is classy. This is basically how I picture Christian Dior fragrances. Bois d'Argent. I was absolutely late on Bois d'Argent as a Bois d'Argent lover. When everyone else and their mother was hyping this stuff in Ambre Nuit, I was actually on the Boulder Leather Oud bandwagon, loving Leather Oud, and kind of looked away from Ambre Nuit and this one right here, Bois d'Argent. I feel like this may eventually be a top 3 Dior fragrance for me of all time. However, today on this list, it cracks the very hard top 10 at number 7. Now number 6, we're going to continue with the Prive line, and this is Ambre Nuit. Another Prive release that I absolutely love. Not my favorite, however, a very solid release from the house of Dior. It's arguably the best release from the Prive lineup too. Let's get into my top 5 Christian Diors at the moment. At number 5, it's the mega big bottle right here, which has a little bit of juice in it. 5 Delicieuses, the new kid on the block, right? This thing has made such a great introduction in our fragrance community. It's getting praise from almost every fragrance reviewer on YouTube. It's a great set, an excellent addition to the Prive line, which I felt was missing a standout gourmand like this. This is eerily on the quality of Guerlain, which is tough to do. It's very tough to have a high-end Guerlain-like quality in a fragrance, and I think Christian Dior, if one brand could do it, I think Christian Dior could, and they did it with this one, comparing this to Tonka Imperial. This is an absolute stunner, well worth a top 5 spot in my Christian Dior lineup. Now number 4, we're going to stick with the Prive line and finish up my Prive line. This is my favorite, my absolute favorite. I know it may not be yours, but it's mine, Leather Oud. Leather Oud is not for everyone. However, it's for me, and this is my list, goddammit. This stuff does not have the following of the original Fahrenheit or the class of a Dior or Bois d'Argent. However, I like my big, bold, daring scents, and I knew Dior can deliver. They did it when Fahrenheit back in 1988. They were still daring with Dior, even though it's a classy scent. They were daring back then. This is what I absolutely love. This is just what my fragrance taste is all about. This scent easily would be my number 1 Dior release. And if my house was actually burning down and I could only grab one Christian Dior fragrance, it would have to be Leather Oud at number 4. Now number 3, we're going to go with the classic Dior. This is the vintage version with the big punching iris. I love that big punching iris. Dior blew my socks off when I first smelt it. This was the first time I was introduced to that beautiful iris note from the Dior lineup. This showed me how classy Dior could be. And I love the direction Dior was going with their new line, and this is what introduced me to that, and I fell in love with it. When this was first released, it was an uber daring release. If you guys were in the fragrance game back then when this was released, a lot of people were saying this is not a men's fragrance, this is not a masculine fragrance. And I felt it was super daring, and this is how I fell in love with Christian Dior. By buying this, basically they sold me on this whole lineup right here. Without this, we wouldn't have this on my shelf right now. Personally, Dior can be number one on my list any day. This was a outstanding, groundbreaking juice at the time, and it still is. Wearing this is outstanding. A top 4 on this list can be interchangeable depending on what you ask me. Which Dior is my favorite. So Dior right now, Leather Oud, and the next 2 can really be interchangeable as being my number 1 depending on which month you ask me. But this month, Dior Vintage will be at number 3. Now number 2, let's see who didn't make it to prom. Number 1 is going to make it to prom. Number 2 is getting stood up. What is it? It is the original Fahrenheit. What a scent. This, I can't even say. After all this time with Fahrenheit and all these reformulations of Fahrenheit, I haven't really smelt the current formulation, we'll say. This is a 2008 bottle. It's still daring to this day, classic at the same time. I can't deny that Fahrenheit was my introduction to Dior. I immediately fell in love with the beauty of this scent. Still one of my go-tos in my designer lineup and one of my favorites from Dior. It's simply outstanding that that was released in the 80s and still kind of daring to this day as a fragrance. Really just blows my socks off. In 2016, this thing is still a beast at number 2. And at number 1, it is it is DHI silver color version, the vintage. This fragrance, guys, is what upon smelling DHI, this is the one fragrance that I just smiled so much when I smelt it. I was like, ooh, this has all the right tools. It brought all the great qualities that I loved in the original Dior. Made it a little more gourmandish, darker, warmer, still classy, still beautiful. Blend is outstanding, gives me that longevity, that projection. It gives me everything and more from a designer house in a bottle. Nothing to complain about. It's practically perfection. There's a reason when I first purchased this, it made every single top 20 list I threw at it in the cooler seasons. You go check out my old lists when I first bought this. It made top 20 after top 20. Top 20 fall, top 20 winter. Next year, top 20 fall, and top 20... It made the top 10 in multiple lists for years and continuing to do so still in 2016 is a feat. It's something that I don't get, it doesn't get old. It's kind of playful. I can wear it casually. I can wear it dressed up. It just is a fragrance that I absolutely love. The quality is there, and what a beautiful fragrance house. So I'm just going to end it here with my top 10. I'm going to show you guys a picture of my top 10 all together. And now I'm going to be showing you guys all the losers from the Christian Dior house. No, I'm just kidding. The ones that didn't make it, you can see a lot of quality scents there that didn't make the top 10 list. Now, if you ask me maybe a year from now again to renew this list, it might change. We might get some of those that didn't make the list. We got some great, especially Fahrenheit flankers that really didn't make the list that were very, very close to making it. What an outstanding house, and I hope you enjoyed my top 10 list. Like this video and please comment below to let me know that our fragrance community on YouTube absolutely love these kind of videos from me. This is an initial launch of a new idea, and that's how I know you guys want to see more of these kind of videos, with the like button and commenting below. Please comment below, let me know what your favorites of the Dior house is. Which ones am I missing here? I got, I took a couple pictures here that you guys know exactly what's in my collection, 22 bottles strong, and I want to go maybe for the secret number 25 here. I want to add a couple more bottles this year from the house of Christian Dior. So you guys let me know in the comments below. And thank you so much again for all the support on my channel. I absolutely love it. Thank you. Have a good one, YouTube.